Congress leader Rahul Gandhi has now stirred a massive row with his remarks on the Indian Army and their representation in key institutions. Now, the Congress MP made these comments at a rally in Kutumba. Speaking to voters, Gandhi said that 10% of the population controls the army, linking the remark to what he called unequal representation of backward classes, Dalits, Mahadalits, tribals and minorities across major institutions, including corporate India, judiciary, as well as bureaucracy. Let's listen into his statement.
नब्बे % लोग समाज के अति पिछड़ा, दलित, आदिवासी से आते हैं। मगर अगर आप देश को देखें, और मैं 2-3 उदाहरण देता हूं। अगर आप हिंदुस्तान के सबसे बड़ी कंपनियों को देखें, कॉर्पोरेट इंडिया को देखें, अदानी, अंबानी जैसी कंपनियां जो हैं, 500 सबसे बड़ी कंपनी की आप लिस्ट निकालिए और इसमें पिछड़ा, अति पिछड़ा, दलित, महादलित, अल्पसंख्यक, आदिवासी को ढूंढ के निकाल दीजिए, आपको कोई नहीं मिलेगा। आपको एक नहीं मिलेगा। सारे के सारे 10% आबादी में से आते हैं। सारा बैंक का धन उनको जाता है, सारी नौकरियां उनको जाती हैं, ब्यूरोक्रेसी में उनको जगह मिलती है। आप जुडिशरी देखिए, वहां भी उनको सब मिलता है। सेना में उनका कंट्रोल है और 90% आपको जो आबादी है वो आपको कहीं नहीं मिलेगी। अब मेरा कहना है कि अगर हिंदुस्तान के 90% लोगों को हम शामिल नहीं करेंगे, चाहे वो कॉर्पोरेट इंडिया हो, चाहे वो जुडिशरी हो, चाहे वो ब्यूरोक्रेसी हो, तो अगर हम इनको नहीं शामिल करेंगे तो कैसा हिंदुस्तान बनेगा? अंबानी, अदानी जैसा हिंदुस्तान बनेगा जहां पूरा का पूरा धन 2-3 लोगों के हाथ में। और ऐसा हिंदुस्तान हमें तो नहीं चाहिए। तो आपको चाहिए? नहीं चाहिए। हमें वो हिंदुस्तान चाहिए जिसमें 90% लोगों की जगह है, जिसमें भाईचारा है, जिसमें खुशी है। जैसे मैंने कहा था, नफरत वाला हिंदुस्तान हमें नहीं चाहिए।
Gandhi further argued that 90% of India comes from marginalized communities, yet they are not seen in top military ranks or big companies, and also warned that wealth and power remain concentrated within a small elite. Now, BJP has hit back, accusing Gandhi of demoralizing the armed forces and playing divisive politics, a charge that Congress denies. Now, with polling in Bihar now just hours away, this comment has kicked off a fierce political debate and also set the very tone for the heated first phase on November 6th, that's tomorrow. All right, joining me now on News 9, Guru Prakash Paswan, a BJP spokesperson. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us on News 9. सर, ये एक जो स्टेटमेंट आया है राहुल गांधी की तरफ से, जहां वो कह रहे हैं कि इंडियन आर्म्ड फोर्सेस में भी जो माइनॉरिटी कम्युनिटीज़ हैं उनको रिप्रेजेंटेशन नहीं दिया जाता है, आपको क्या कहना है इस स्टेटमेंट पर?
देखिए, आर्म्ड फोर्सेस हो, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन हो और कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के इंस्टीट्यूशंस हो, जैसे चुनाव आयोग, ये संविधान और रूल्स रेगुलेशन और लॉज के द्वारा चलता है। ये राहुल गांधी जी के विम्स और फैंसीज के आधार पर थोड़ी ना चलेगा। और राहुल गांधी जी के पास कोई लोकस स्टैंड और मॉरल अथॉरिटी है नहीं। वो किस आधार पे भाषण दे रहे हैं? आप जिन मार्जिनलाइज सेक्शन और माइनॉरिटीज की बात करते हैं, मैं राहुल गांधी जी से पूछना चाहता हूँ आपके माध्यम से, आपकी पार्टी में कितने मार्जिनलाइज सेक्शन को सम्मान मिला है? आप उदाहरण के तौर पे बिहार का चुनाव देखिए। बिहार के चुनावों में किस प्रकार योजनाबद्ध तरीके से, हमने तो नहीं किया कुछ, बिहार कांग्रेस के पार्टी के प्रदेश के अध्यक्ष हैं राजेश राम जी, दलित समाज से आते हैं। एयरपोर्ट के बाहर उनको तक हिंसा का सामना करना पड़ा। आगे बढ़िए, हमारे बिहार के मान सम्मान स्वाभिमान द माउंटेन मैन के नाम से प्रसिद्ध दशरथ मांझी जी, राहुल गांधी जी पॉलिटिकल टूरिज्म करने के लिए उनके घर भी गए थे। यहाँ तक नहीं, उनके बेटे को उन्होंने टिकट प्रॉमिस भी किया था कि हम आपको चुनाव लड़वाएंगे। उनके बेटे जब दिल्ली गए तो मिल का समय नहीं दिया। तो जिस राहुल गांधी जी की इतिहास जिनलाई सेक्शन और माइनॉरिटीज के दामन का है, चाहे बाबा साहेब अम्बेडकर हो, बिहार के बाबू जगजीवन राम हो, सीताराम केसरी हो, और उदाहरण के तौर पर आप देखो तो हरियाणा में कुमारी राव हो। कल की खबर है, पंजाब में कांग्रेस पार्टी के अध्यक्ष अमरिंदर सिंह जी ने कांग्रेस पार्टी के ही वरिष्ठ नेता शहीद बूटा सिंह जी, जो दलित समाज से आते हैं, उनको भी अपमानित किया। क्या कांग्रेस पार्टी ने कोई स्पष्टीकरण दिया? क्या पार्टी एक्शन लिया? नहीं लिया। तो मौलिक बात, द बेसिक एंड द एलिमेंट्री थिंग इज दैट द कांग्रेस पार्टी हैज नो लव लॉस्ट। द कांग्रेस पार्टी no or moral authority when it comes to the issue of representation, when it comes to the issues of respect and recognition to the deprived and marginalized communities and the minorities as well.
I take your point, Mr. Paswan. You know, Rahul Gandhi has been saying this for a long time now, and he repeated this remark again, saying that Prime Minister Modi's India is a India of Adani and Ambani, and with no representation now given to marginalized, this is where we are headed. How do you look at this then?
Why is his government signing contracts with Adani? He must answer that. If he has so many problems with any corporate group, for instance, then he can go to the court. He can take the route of the rule of law. But the fact of the matter remains that Mr. Rahul Gandhi remains a fear-monger. He remains the person who is always peddling lies and propaganda with no basis in truth or reality. आपको अडानी से समस्या है तो उनके एमओयू मत करिए आप। और जहां तक रिप्रेजेंटेशन और मार्जिनलाइज सेक्शंस की बात है, आज विशेष तौर पे इन द लास्ट 11 years वी हैव सीन अ फाउंडेशनल sort of revolution when it comes to social justice and representation. You look at our history where we have an Adivasi ki beti heading as the constitutional head of our country, as a president, as a Rashtrapati. We have an extremely backward class person, Prime Minister Modi, at the helm of affairs, under whose leadership country is emerging as a very important player in the new world order as well. तो मेरे विचार से राहुल गांधी जी और कांग्रेस पार्टी should be the last person and the last organization to speak about the issues of the marginalized sections.
All right, Mr. Paswan, thank you so much for joining us on News9 and sharing your inputs on these latest remarks coming in from Rahul Gandhi. Now, my colleague Sabyasachi also continues to stay with us. Sabyasachi, Rahul Gandhi's latest statement has sort of ignited a political storm. He said that 10% of India's population is what is controlling the army now. BJP has hit back saying that he does not have any right to make such a statement. Give us more details as to how this is now unfolding right ahead of the Bihar elections.
Well, that's right. See, the leader of opposition, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, who was in campaign in the state of Patna ahead of the polls, now Mr. Rahul Gandhi made a statement stating that 10% of the population of the country controls judiciary, bureaucracy, as well as the armed force. In fact, he pointed out that 90% of the population, people who are from the marginalized community like the backward classes, the SC, STs and the tribals, these people does not get proper representation when it comes to the armed forces, bureaucracy and judiciary. Now, under these circumstances, Mr. Rahul Gandhi pointed out that if this scenario continues, then the entire population then the entire economy of the country will be only handled by two to three people. Now, after this, the BJP has hit back quite sharply at the leader of opposition, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, because this is not the very first time that he has made such an remarks. Time and again, Mr. Rahul Gandhi has been speaking about the representation of the marginalized community in the different sections of the bureaucracy or judiciary or the armed forces. Now, the BJP says that the Congress and the leader of opposition does not have any right to speak on this, because back when the Congress was in power during their regime itself, the marginalized people did not get proper representation. And the classic example that the BJP pointed out is Baba Sahib Ambedkar himself, who the BJP alleges the Congress time and again insulted him. Now, the same Congress party is coming out and giving moral lecture to the Bharatiya Janata Party. Now, the BJP also pointed out that time and again under the Congress regime, there has been atrocities against the marginalized community, but under the regime of Prime Minister Narendra Modi or under the regime of the NDA, the marginalized community are the priority and the focus of the central government, and that is the reason whether it is the representation of the President of India or various top posts in the country, you would see marginalized people holding these top posts. So this is a counter attack that has come in from the Bharatiya Janata Party on the statement that has been made by the leader of opposition, Mr. Rahul Gandhi.
Right, Sabyasachi, as the counter attacks continue from both the sides, it is going to have repercussions on Bihar elections. We have the first phase beginning tomorrow, and marginalized sections do play a crucial role in that state.
Well, definitely. See, both the political parties, in fact, in their manifesto, whether it is the NDA or the India bloc, in fact, both the parties have focused on the backward classes, on the marginalized community, and several guarantees has been announced by both the alliance. Now, the NDA alliance says that the Congress party or the India bloc have completely failed on the special intensive revision of voter list narrative, because there has been no appeal so far, which the ECI in fact also pointed out that there has been no appeal. But in the ground, from day one, we have been on the ground. But the sentiment, if you talk about Patna and the nearby areas, there are no more talks about the special intensive revision of voter list or the deletion of voter list, which Mr. Rahul Gandhi or several other leaders time and again have pointed out. So definitely it's a battle of narrative, and tomorrow will be the first phase, and both the alliance, whether it is the NDA as well as the India bloc, have focused on the marginalized community and have announced several key guarantees for these section of the people. In fact, yesterday also, if we look, that Tejasvi Yadav, before the campaigning would end at around 5 p.m, Tejasvi Yadav announced that every woman in the state of Bihar will get 30,000 rupees at the start of the year. It was a counter to the NDA announcement of rupees 10,000, which the women from the state of Bihar have already received. So clearly both the political parties are trying their best to reach out to the marginalized community with their guarantees, with their schemes and the promises that they have made if their government is formed, that the benefits would reach out to the people from these marginalized communities.
Right, and amidst those efforts from both the sides, we have a statement like this coming in from Rahul Gandhi. So we'll have to see how that now impacts India bloc. But we also have a reaction coming in from BJP's Tarun Chugh. Let's listen in.
राहुल गांधी का बयान मानसिक दिवालियापन और विभाजनकारी सोच का प्रतीक है। भारत की वीर सेना पर इस तरह का आरोप देश की अस्मिता, गौरव, सेना के अदम्य साहस और बलिदान की भावना का अपमान है। सेना राष्ट्र की एकता, अनुशासन और त्याग का प्रतीक है। उसे जाति या धर्म के चश्मे से देखना कांग्रेस की दूषित व कुंठित मानसिकता को उजागर करता है। कृपया इस तरह की घटिया बयानबाजी मत करें। दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण।
Now my colleague Sabyasachi continues to stay with me. Sabyasachi, we're talking about that how this political fight now could set the tone for the heated first phase that's set to take place tomorrow. Go ahead.
Well, definitely. See, the first phase, the campaigning for the first phase is over yesterday, and the leaders have started to focus on the campaigning on the constituencies which are set to go for polls on the second phase. Now, all the heavyweights, whether it is from the NDA or from the India bloc, are in Patna and currently visiting different constituencies, reaching out to people. And whether it is the NDA, who in fact a barrage of leaders, right from Prime Minister Narendra Modi to Home Minister Amit Shah and BJP President Mr. JP Nadda, all of them have hit the ground. All of them have made several promises to the people of Bihar. In fact, the BJP is continuously backing on the Jungle Raj, which the BJP claims was under the Lalu Prasad Yadav government or under the RJD government. In fact, they have been stating that the governance and the law and order situation has been better under the NDA rule, and several development or key key infrastructure projects that has started in the state of Bihar, whether it is the coming up of the 3 different airports in the state of Bihar, all have happened under the NDA regime. Whereas on the other hand, the India bloc also have been escalating its attack on the NDA government, giving example of the recent attacks that had taken place in the city of Patna. In fact, they have also pointed out that how the law and order situation has been crumbling under the NDA rule, and also the India bloc highlighted the problem of the migration and the youth of Bihar not getting proper jobs. Now, if you see the guarantees which has been made both by NDA and the India bloc, the NDA has offered that they are going to create jobs around 1 crore for the youth of Bihar, whether it is government sector or entrepreneurship.
Right.
On the other hand, Tejasvi Yadav had made a bold claim stating that every single people from every single household will get a government job in the state of Bihar, which has again started a new war of words between the India bloc and the NDA.